Tell you what, you watch one Uncle Roger video and your YouTube recommendations will never be the same. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, we're gonna do another request episode. That's right, we're back on paying attention to the audience. Sometimes. This request, I got the list of people. I looked them up using the power of technology. Includes Venus Weenus, Ass Kicker, well, he has 5s in his name, Sassafras06, and Mike_Hunt. That's right, we're making Loco Moco! What fun name. Now, some of the people that I listed in that list of requesters, they've been asking for this for 5 years. You know what did it is that Mike, a couple days ago, asked for it, which, you know, it sounded pretty good. One word on this dish is that it can be prepared with multiple meats. We will be featuring and mostly dining upon the hamburger version. But if you think about meat quality tier lists, as it were, this can also be made with something that's probably a little bit less quality than hamburger. It's Spam. I even bought name brand Spam. I don't think that people bother making off-brand Spam anymore. It's just not that popular. Can't say that I'm in love with Spam, but I'm definitely not above eating it. So that's what we'll be featuring tonight. And let's get this gravy train rolling with a beer. Tonight I'll be drinking Urban Artifact Dragons. Look at this, it's funny pictures. It is 10% ABV. How did they get so much beer in one can? That's what I want to know. All right, just another note. The recipe that I'll be following tonight is roughly based upon Chef John's version. I'm not gonna make fun of Chef John tonight, but if you like to see me make fun of him, reference other videos. I've done that before. All right, ooh, that's good. Okay, so we're gonna start by making some rice. Or if you got leftover rice, you can use that too. Look at this fancy rice container. Cody got me this for my birthday. I like it, but I got a problem with the rice inside. I bought this rice from a local Asian grocery store, and I was excited because they down-packed a big bag into like 5 pounds of jasmine rice, but somehow it has absorbed the smell and the taste of that grocery store. Just give it a whiff, John. It's like old Chinese spices. But it still tastes fine when you cook it. I mean, whatever schmutz is on there is fine. Anyways, so we'll do 2 cups of rice. I don't mind having some extra. I'm sure if you've ever been on the internet, you've seen this meme about measuring the water for rice is you put your finger into the water. It's basically, you get to the first knuckle, that's plenty of water for your rice. So we'll get this heated up and we'll cook the rice. It's easy, that's it. Now, so I should describe this dish. It is rice with a meat and then a beef gravy and then a fried egg on top. So we're gonna start working on the gravy, which is kind of similar to it's kind of like Salisbury steak on rice with an egg. Classy food. And we are gonna make beef stock using our preferred traditional method of hot tap water. There's our beef shits. Better than bouillon, it's beef shits. Hire me as your marketing manager. All right, get a little bit in there. And a new revised methodology. Just put a little bit in so you can actually mix it up nicely. And then you can fill it up the rest of the way. And there you have it, about 2 cups of stock. So it starts with the stock. To this, we will add some soy sauce. And I got a little organic Kikkoman, and it's because it's the only one that Lucky's Market was selling at the time. We'll go ahead and finish off that bottle, maybe a teaspoon. And then this Kimlin Zidaloidakbiet. It's some kind of soy sauce. That's the saltiest motherfucking soy sauce I've ever tasted in my life. Wow, what a crazy smell. All right, don't hold back on the soy sauce, even though it's salty. Whew, gosh, my Western palate. Now we're gonna add some, what's this here? Also known as Worcestershire Sauce. A little bit of that. Every American's favorite condiment, some ketchup. That's right, here we are making another Asian recipe with ketchup. Just kidding, it's Hawaiian. I forgot to say this dish is Hawaiian. This dish is Hawaiian. Now we're gonna add some sugar. This is like, I don't know, you want a little bit of sweetness. Sesame oil. I really gotta get rid of this thing. A little bit of sesame oil. There's actually way too much sesame oil, but I don't care. That's about it for the gravy. Just smells like sesame oil now. I fucked up. But we're also gonna add some cornstarch. Quite a bit actually, because that will be what thickens up this into a gravy. So we will carefully open this box. All right, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that looks like a lot because it is. And we will whisk this together. So it should smell a little sweet. It is a little sweet. It's pretty good. It's a little sweet. Ketchup brings out the tomato taste. The soy sauce makes it more savory. It's good. I like it. Now, if you want, you could get this going on the side. And I actually think that's what we're probably gonna do. If you wanna not do this step, you can skip it because you can just cook this in the same pan that you do the burgers. But I wanna see if I can get this to thicken up a little bit. All right, there's that. And I am going to add some extras. Beef gravy is pretty much always gonna be better with some mushroom and some onion. So I got some old shitty onion here, probably plenty. And actually some older and shittier mushrooms, but they're fine. So we're gonna mince those up and we're gonna cook those in a pan before we do the meats. And then we will mix them in with the gravy. I think that'll be pretty nice. So we will be back when I'm done chopping things. All right, there's our chopped things. I'm leaving the onions a little long. Why not? And I will turn this pan on. I'm gonna melt some butter in there and we'll get these cooking. All right, over here, we got the white and light green parts of 2 green onions, which we'll just kind of shoop over there. And then we will fine mince some of these as a garnish. Wow, there's so much cornstarch in here. Look at this thing, it's hilarious. There's so much cornstarch, this thing's already thick. What a hilarious gravy. I'm just turning the heat off on that because we don't really need it. We'll thicken it up at the end. That thing smells like Salisbury steak gravy, which actually makes me glad that we're enhancing it because that's, you know, not that many people get excited about that flavor profile. All right, you know, when I first got this new board size, I obviously got one that was too big, and I'm still struggling to learn how to use it the same way, but I'm adapting. When I first got it, I was like, how do I do anything with this? So we will saute those for a little bit, and I think I'm done chopping things for now, so I'm gonna work on the burger patties. So I got some nice discount ground beef, because I love a good value. It is 80-20 ground beef, and that's about 1.5 pounds, which is more than sufficient. But for this, one thing to think about, how hungry are you? Old Chef John recommended 4-ounce patties. That's ridiculous. That is so tiny. And he basically was like, yeah, I don't know. It's like the health people say, just eat 4 ounces of meat too. Just like a bar of soap. That's how big it is. F that. You could eat a little more. He said it makes it easier to eat. Well, no shit, there's less of it. Come on, Chef John. I'm just using my old burger technique, which is to make a ball, and then patty it out from there. These are not really even, but I also don't care about that either. But it is more beef than we need. We're not gonna eat multiple patties, most likely. So we're gonna brown these until they look like they have flavor. That's how you cook. This is a pretty easy meal, to be honest. You know, it's a burger on rice. Low quality gravy. I guess while these are cooking, we can crack open that Spam. Take a look at it. Spam. 12 ounces. It's classic. Sizzled pork and that's what they want you to think that it stands for. You know, Spam, a lot of people think Spam is so gross, and it's not. I mean, it's just canned ham, really. Release! All right, there's our Spam, and we can fry up a bit. I think that's pretty normal for a Spam steak. Very generous thing to call it, I suppose. All right, so our onions and mushies look fine to me, and so in they will go into our gravy, straight in, and now there will be little bits of stuff in our gravy. How exciting. Okay, more butter in this pan, and there's the 1 and the 2 and the you know what to do, and just like that, they fit pretty much perfectly into the pan. We'll tilt it to get that butter moving around. We'll give them some salt. It may look like a lot of salt, but remember, you gotta penetrate the meat with that salt. And as we flip it over, it won't all stick on. Have some black pepper. I know the seasoning is crazy. And if you want a little fun in your life, why not add some cayenne pepper? Wow, we're really elevating the dish. All right, in another pan, we're gonna go ahead and fry our Spam. And yet more butter. That's right. Butter is fun and it comes in a stick. Sometimes I would make rhymes, but not this time. All right. Our burgers are looking pretty well done on one side. We got some browning. We'll let that get a little more heated before we apply Spam directly to the pan. That seems fine. A little bit of jelly on the outside. Flavor, I believe. Now there's no need to salt it. It's already saltier than hell. Let's give that a fry. Let's see how it goes. And we will reserve our excess Spam. I don't know what we'll do with it. And then we can pop these green onions in here. Keep on cooking. Meal's practically done already. How you doing, YouTube viewer? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just cooking burgers. Tell us what's bothering you in the comments. We'll read it. Might not respond. I mean, odds are I'm not going to be able to help you with anything. That Spam is cooking. Hot and sizzly. Not to be confused with the city of Sicily. There's your dumb rhyme. Oh, the rice is done. See? Ta-da! This, what you're looking for is browning on your spiced ham. That's what it stands for, right? Spiced ham, right? Do they actually spice it? I don't think they do. I think they put potato starch in it. And salt. Salt, potato starch, and ham product. We'll be back. Alright, my burgers are pretty much done. I know because I've cooked probably thousands of burgers in my life. This comes with the territory. I burnt the Spam a little bit, just calling it the way it is. But it's starting to look a little f***y, to be honest. So I'm going to pull the Spam. Imagine that, f***y Spam. Amateur hour over here. Wow, isn't that picturesque? I'm going to do something you're not supposed to do, which is to blast this pan with water while it's hot. Alright, and we will get that reheated. We'll let the water evaporate. But meanwhile, we'll take our gravy and plop it right in here with the grease. Now you could definitely strain off some of that grease if you want, but we don't want that. We want every bit of flavor those burgers had to offer, because otherwise this is going to taste like Salisbury steak. And actually, if you look at that, I mean, there is excess fat for sure, but it took this from what I would call a pretty shitty gravy into something that looks actually pretty nice. Now all we gotta do is fry an egg, or a couple eggs rather. So nothing fancy here. We're just frying eggs. Dog's barking, pissed. Don't know why. Don't know why he's pissed. Honestly, what does he have to be mad about? Okay. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Sloppy jalopy gravy. I tell you what, you put this kind of thing on anything, it probably tastes fine.
Even Spam.
Even Spam. Oh, it tastes so much better. It's really salty though. That might be too salty. We'll see. Over here on our 3 plates, you can use a container like this. You can make a fancy presentation like so. This will look nice with a burger on top. Okay, eggs are almost done. Let's go ahead and plate up some of these bad boys. All right, we got our 3 plates, to which we will add the gravy, and you can just pour it right over the top like so. The amount of gravy that you would like to use is up to you. I'm going to start out with a seemingly reasonable amount, but I think it's not uncommon to have it swimming in gravy. But if you leave a little bit of the rice exposed, it'll look fancier. All right, our eggs are done, and we will delicately slide the egg on top of the dish. This looks far fancier than the things we put in it. And we will add a scallion garnish. And just a few, however you like. And there you have it. Loco Moco, burger and Spam. All right, so let's try this. We're gonna start with the burger. We'll break our runny yolk. I'm using a fork and a knife because that seems to be what would be the easiest thing to do right now. I'm anticipating that this will be very hot. Yo, that's delicious. So, while the gravy itself, as I made it, was a little bit too salty, because we put it on a bed of white rice, and we didn't do anything to the egg, it actually balances it out pretty well. This is like ultra savory, just totally delicious. It tastes like beef. I'm really excited to eat the rest of that. That was really good. I can totally see why, like, people crave this. You know, it has a lot in common with things like stroganoff. I mean, it's not as creamy, obviously, but this is a really yummy dish. I could see like if like a gastropub served this, it would be on point, I would say. Now let's try the Spam version too. Not nearly as optimistic about this, but it's okay. Yo, it's actually, I prefer the hamburger, but this is really good too, because there's so much shit on it that it doesn't taste like Spam, really. It tastes more like, well, honestly, like a Spam when you fry it up. It kind of tastes like a fried sausage, I guess. That's pretty good. I could definitely see that if you only had Spam, this would be a nice way to eat it. And also the texture of Spam changes when you cook it. It's far less springy. But yeah, I'm really happy with this dish. Thanks for everyone who requested it over the past 5 years. I can honestly say I recommend it. That's how you do it. Aloha. All right, bye.